from the music when you're in Target Center. So it's there, and it's like a huge element of our like game presentation.
Yeah. So switch gears. You've done DJ work for Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Like a handful of times.
Yep. 5 times. 5 times.
And so when you're DJing for Dave Chappelle, that means what?
You see I'm Southside reppin', Bigfoot steppin', Zone 3 section is God flow perfection. Dating on the church like I ain't blessed they section. If we ain't talking money, I got a weak connection. That's on the hood. She said get a bag, so I get it, got it good. Don't complain about my problems, I just put it in a wood. Seen a genie the other day, she said make it good. So I wish for good health, then I wish to look as chief, not lieutenant. Yeah,
Welcome to another episode of Live on Lake Street. We got a very special guest in the building. We got the official DJ for the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Lynx. Anything else? Or just those two?
An owner of Generation Now Entertainment. That's my
Okay.
DJ company. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so we got DJ Mad Marigan in the building.
Great to
Welcome,
be here, man.
Thank you for
Great
joining
to meet you.
Absolutely, you as well. So we were sort of talking off the mic, but let's carry that conversation onto the mic. You brought up kind of a touchy subject about your brother's passing being what kind of led you into this profession. How did that explain how that ties in? How does that work?
Sure, yeah. So, like, my come-up was, like, I was all about DJ battles. I didn't think I would be in a club or a Target Center, none of that. Weddings, like, I was all about DJ battles. And my brother Elliot, who's 3 years younger than me, was, like, my number one fan, was at all my battles, brought his boys with, they're all cheering me on and stuff. And he'd always be like, yo, you need to be a DJ. I'm just like, I don't know even how to begin with that. I have no idea. And so out of college, I, like most of my college buddies, went and got a real job, and I was selling insurance, and I kind of was locked in at a place, and I could have just stayed there, forever. I probably would have. Yep. But in December 2004, Elliot, my brother, got in a car accident. It was just him in the car. He wasn't wearing a seatbelt, and he passed away. Mm-hmm. And that, flipped the whole script. And I just kept thinking of those conversations where he's like, you need to be a DJ. What are you doing in this, corporate environment? Like, you love DJing. And I was like, moved in with my mom to be with her and my sister, to be with family during that crazy time. And so I had very minimal expenses. So I could take the leap financially. Okay. To be a DJ. So I had one gig, basically. It was every other week at Tiffany's in St. Paul called Tiff's. Mm-hmm. And they did this Thirsty Thursday college thing, and it was just rock star shit. They put me on these pool tables, like as the stage. And I just fell in love with it. And I was like, sweet, quit my job. It was 9 months after Elliot died, quit my job, and then became a DJ.
So then how did you go from that to the Timberwolves? Was there like an audition, or was it they caught wind of you and they were like, hey, you come over here?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it was crazy to me because I was DJing at this little medium-sized club lounge called the Imperial Room. Yep. And I was there like 3 nights a week, and we did this industry night on Tuesdays. And the game presentation director, the producers of the show basically that do all the entertainment and whatnot that we do at Target Center would come to the Imperial Room on this industry night because they had a lot of Tuesday night Timberwolves games, and they'd come over, and I was just doing my thing. Like, I was super open format. Like, I was just going everywhere because, it was an industry night. I didn't have like a dance floor to kind of worry about, so I could go in all directions musically, and they just loved that, and they loved like how I kind of am while I'm performing. Like, I'm just into what I'm doing when I'm doing it, and I think they like that element as well. And so they approached me and said, we want to add a DJ to the Timberwolves games. Like, would you be down with that? I was like, what? And so, I accepted it, and I found out it was actually paid too. So I was like, damn, okay, sure.
So now you got a job.
Now I got, yeah. So it just went from, like a lot of DJs, like you just hustle and hustle. Like, I put together these marketing packets, and this is back with CDs, like there wasn't even like USB jump drives at the time. And I put this thing together, had these dope pictures, had like a cool DJ resume. I had like a CD that I, burned a dope mix and like put cover art on it, and then I went from club to club and put this thing out there, and that's how I got Imperial Room, actually. Wow. Yep. And then that's how I got recognized from the Timberwolves, those guys. And then they hired me, and that's just led to, tons of other stuff.
So how familiar are you with the local DJ scene outside of the Target Center?
I'd say pretty familiar.
Yeah. Like the big dogs, the heavy hitters.
Yeah, like the club scene, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
if I asked you to put together, I'm sure you saw our DJ Mount Rushmore.
Oh yeah.
If I asked you to put one together, what would yours look like?
Man. Well, first of all, I'm not putting myself on that thing. I think that's kind of, but
I mean, you can.
nah. There's this, the way I would look at it is, I feel like Mount Rushmore is like founding father type
Agreed.
stuff, right?
Agreed, yep.
So if you're like an up and comer, I don't know if that fits the definition of, in my mind, I guess, of what a Mount Rushmore is. So just from my personal experience, I would put DJ Dudley D, who is a great friend of mine. He's part of Generation Now, but he was Prince's DJ for like 20 years.
Okay.
Like, did his parties, toured with him, like did scratches on albums, like tons of stories. And he's just a super clean, just dope open format DJ where he, just like me, goes all over the place in terms of genre and tempo and great on the mic, like kills it. So yeah, I'd say Dudley D. Brother Jules just passed.
Yeah, R.I.P. Brother Jules.
And like he was one of the first DJs I heard like on the radio. B96, I think it was called.
Was he on B96?
Was it?
I know he was on KMOJ.
Yeah.
He might have been on B96 as well.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was on a couple stations, but that's when I could hear like what a radio DJ can kind of do, like take what they do in the club, but like morph it into radio friendly type stuff. And he was just an awesome all around DJ, and like he just passed away. So I just feel like he's paved the way for. I mean, like guys like Dudley, like paved the way for a lot of those DJs that I look up to that I now kind of emulate. So I'd say him, and then, I really like DJ Advance. He's been around for so long. And, again, like for me, open format DJing, like that's what I gravitate towards. And he can go all over directions. He's a great turntablist. That's another huge factor for me if like we're talking about a Mount Rushmore of DJs. Like you kind of got to know how to cut and scratch and trick mix and, do those things that make you go, this guy is dope.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say Advance, and then maybe like D-Mill.
Yeah.
A DJ D-Mill type of. He's been super inspirational for me. Actually, I heard Youngstar put DJ Ski on there, which I don't know what the rules are in terms of, did they have to live here? Did they whatever? But man, if there's a career to emulate, it's like DJ Ski's
for sure
up there. So yeah, that's what is there's 4 people. I just listed.
I just listed
4 or 5.
That's a solid 4 though. I mean,
yeah,
and it's a little more outside the box than I think most people thought. Because I think typically when you think like Live on Lake Street, we're very hip hop centric.
Yep.
So people think hip hop DJs, the guys that DJ the hip hop nights and the hip hop shows. So that's a little more, like you said, a little more all encompassing. So as far as that format that you talked about, the kind of like the founding fathers, that's probably more fitting, to be honest.
Yeah.
For that, if we're talking about for real Mount Rushmore, that's probably closer, to be honest.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at it in terms of my point of view and like who has inspired me, throughout the years. And so yeah, there's a lot of different ways you could take it, But I love top 10 lists, top 5. I love that stuff.
That's good.
I always
fun,
look
man.
at
It's
it.
supposed to be fun.
It's a dialogue.
Exactly. And even the anger, even that's fun too.
Yeah, well, it's just like,
yeah. As long as we're talking.
Yeah.
As long as we're talking, I don't care. You can be mad if you want to, but as long as we're talking, that's what matters to me. So how do you decide as far as like, I know you probably have to mix a certain amount of like mainstream stuff into your mixes, especially at the Target Center. How do you decide what local artists can get in your mix? How does it fit? What's your process for that?
That's a good question. Well, first of all, they got to, well, not in every case, they don't have to reach out, but like that definitely does help. But I definitely, like, year after year, I'll make a post saying, hey, what are you guys feeling right now? Just give me some local stuff, tag whoever, you know what I'm saying? Send me a DM, send me an email with the MP3. And, but what I look for is like any other track, it's like I'll hear it and then I can immediately envision it being played at the Target Center, in that format. And there's a lot of factors that go into that. like the instrumental, the samples chosen, just the energy of the track. Like I always talk about like forward progression, like tracks that just are like moving forward. Yep. If that makes any sense. Yep. And that could be any genre. It could be 65 beats per minute, new trap style hip hop, or it could be 100 BPM, like old school hip hop. Just it's like driving. It's like going forward. Yep. It's the best way I can describe it. And then it changes from Timberwolves to Lynx. So Timberwolves is much more male vocals, yep. And Lynx much more female vocals. And it's definitely much more open format with Lynx. I can go into 80s sing-along type stuff where I just don't do that at Target Center for Timberwolves games. It's more hype and energy and, BPM Supreme, which is one of my main record pools that I use. They actually now categorize songs by feeling, and songs that say dark are like ones I gravitate towards. That's just like, it's just like I hear it and I'm like, this could be played at Target Center. This could work at Target Center. So 9 times out of 10, the local artist may not have made a clean version. So I'll hear a track and I'll be like, yo, do you have one? If not, could you, make one? Yep. In some cases they don't, but I still want to play it. And I can set cue points in my DJ software, and then I'll label it like whatever word it is, and I'm trying to edit out, and then I can edit it out on the fly. So I can make a clean version live, but it is obviously much less stress on me if it's like already clean. So yeah, that's kind of a long answer, but that's pretty. I
would say, I don't want to disrespect other DJs, but I feel like most DJs won't do that. Make their own clean version on the fly. They just say, sorry, but your song's not getting played.
Yeah,
so
maybe.
The fact that you do that that's admirable.
Well, I'm playing in front of, families and people of all ages, and even clean versions have tracks in them or words in them that I still like to edit out, like I don't need someone saying, I don't know, getting some head. Like that's not a swear word, right? But I don't want that being played,
Yeah, for sure.
Or like drug talk, especially like opiates. I just have an issue with that because it's like a, epidemic going on right now with overdoses and stuff. And I just feel like hip hop needs to just ease back on the opiate references, man. Because a lot of these rappers, they even admit they don't drink lean, they don't take perks, but yet their rap, every other track has some reference to it, and a lot of people have died because of opiates. So
that's true.
So I edit those out. If they say perks or they say lean or something, then I keep doing this because I have a filter like sweep, and I can twist it to the left, and it's a really nice way to like edit the word out without it like cutting out completely.
Out. Yeah. So do the players? Well, actually, first I wanted to go back to something. Do any of I hate the word female, but the women MCs here locally, do they send you music? Do you spin any local women at the Lynx games?
Yeah. So Sophia Eris makes super dope stuff. The Lioness, actually. Yep. So I hit her up, man, I think it was like 2015 or something, and I wanted a track to play for the Lynx when they take the court. When our PA announcer says, make some noise, you're Minnesota Lynx. I want to go into a track that's like made for the team.
Yeah.
So I hit her up, and actually DJ Advance is her producer.
Yep.
And so I just gave him a whole list of notes, like I want this tempo, this type of vibe, these type of drums, like here's some subject matter you could rap about, and call and response, like have something like a clap prompt or something like that. And then they made it, and then I played that for I think like 6 seasons in a row.
Wow.
Yeah, it just kept working and working. So anyway, speaking of the Lioness, she's going to be at Target Center on Wednesday night for a Pride Night. She's our halftime show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah. The Wolves, they hit me up a few weeks ago and said, hey, we're doing Pride Night on this date. Like, who do you recommend? Who do you think would be a good fit? And Lioness was at number one for me.
Okay.
And it ended up working. So, yeah, she'll be doing the halftime show this Wednesday night.
That's amazing. That's really amazing. I did not know that. So, the players. I assume the players have requests.
Oh, yeah.
Do they request songs for in-game or typically for warm-ups, or both?
For both.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they don't really distinguish as to when they want to play it. I guess I've been around them so long that I feel like they kind of give me creative control with that, you know? And, so I love requests in any situation. Yeah. Weddings, love requests. Yep. I'm at the club. I don't know. I just love requests because it gives you an idea of who your audience is, you know?
Sure.
And yeah, most of the times I'm like, no, I'm not going to play that. But not for the players, though. This is like, you know, if I'm out DJing at events or something. But yeah, so love the requests from the players. It's 95% new rap, typically. Yep. Sometimes some old school stuff, but for the most part, they like to stay cutting edge.
Who's on you the most?
Who's what?
Who's on you the most about playing their music?
Oh, I mean, he's not really on me, but Kat.
Yeah.
We've developed a relationship over the years, and he was boys with Mac Miller, like super good friends. Was in the studio with Mac a lot of times, like co-produced some tracks of his, which is just crazy. He's got some great stories.
He should have been focusing on basketball.
Okay, yeah. So, and then when we're at events, you know, I do external events for the Wolves. Like I did their Halloween party this year, which was only the players and their significant others. That was wild.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it was so fun. Oh my God. Because there was no staff, like, you know, it was just us.
Yeah.
And I was right, you know, we're all dressed up, you know, in our Halloween costumes. And I think every player but one was there. So, like, literally the whole team.
Who didn't show up?
Throw
him under the bus.
I don't know. I can't remember now. I don't think anyone really called him out. But it was great because it was, like, easy access. To me, you know, we could talk. We didn't have to worry, you know. So got hella requests there. That's where I found out they love that song 5500 Degrees by ESTG.
Yep.
Yeah. Which I like that track. Like it's like 98 beats per minute or something like that, which is the BPM that I really, really love because that's like what I grew up on. Like 90s hip hop is mostly like 90 BPM type stuff. So I play that sometimes I'll play it for warm up, that's like, so if a game's at 7 p.m., from 5 to 6 p.m., the doors are not open to Target Center.
So you can play that shit however it comes out.
No, I still play clean. Yeah. Because there's still staff and ushers and kids are walking through, you know, for VIP experiences or whatever. So, yeah, I just keep it clean. So from 5 to 6 p.m. that hour, it's me just playing tracks that I know our players like.
Yeah.
And then there's a little bit of a break. That's when doors are open. People start trickling in. And then we make like mixes ahead of time that we pre-record that are kind of vibey just to build the vibe of as fans are coming in the door. And then at like 6:45, that's when we announce the team to the court, and that's when I start. And this year, I'm playing a track that I made with Jay Plaza called Wolfpack. Yep. And it's perfect. It's perfect. Like he hit it out of the park. Same thing. I sent a bunch of notes, tempo, vibe, like whatever. Here's some subject matter, and he just took it and ran with it. And I think we made like one edit, just one little tweak that we had to do, and then boom, it was ready to go. I put like scratches over it, just to give it a little bit of a live turntablist element, and then that's what I play when the players take the court.
Huh. Okay. So what do you think about the team?
The team?
Yeah. What do you think about the team?
I love the
current state of the team.
State is good. I mean, we're not talking about tonight, but
I mean, we could talk about tonight because now they're back under 500, right?
I believe so. Now. Yeah. But we're back. So there's 2 more home games this week, Wednesday and Friday. Wednesday, I heard, is almost sold out already. So I know we're talking about the team, but like, I just have to say, like, I've been there for 14 years, and this is my 14th season as the official DJ. And the energy in Target Center this season is unlike any other season that I've done. It's just level up. Like, and a lot of that has to do with our team. You know, I mean, you have Ant, who's a human highlight machine.
More than the Jimmy Butler year, because I remember the Jimmy Butler year. It was like, oh my God, we're back.
Well, you haven't been to a game this year, so
true, I haven't.
Yeah, we got to get you out. I tried tonight. Try to get you out. But no, I'm excited. I'm excited about this season. I definitely think we're making the playoffs.
I would put any amount of money on it that we don't.
I don't gamble, so maybe we could do something else.
We could bet something.
No, I just like the excitement that's around the team. Like, it's like this circle, right, of the fans, the players, what's happening on the court, what's happening in the speakers, like we're all feeding off of each other, and it's been awesome this year in terms of that and the energy in the building. I mean, dude, we're having the whole Target Center chanting, "Ref, you suck."
Yeah.
Ref. I don't remember that happening in other seasons, and you'll have a pocket of people that are just like they're turned up, they're doing whatever.
Yep.
But this is like catching on. It's the whole Target Center chanting that when there's a call that was clearly not correct. So that's dope.
Playoffs 03. That's when the energy was definitely that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
sure.
03. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Then.
Playoffs 03. The energy was definitely. Yeah. So I know what it's like when the Target Center is turned up. I know it's amazing. It's amazing. And the Jimmy Butler year was getting back there too. I remember we had. What was the year that we had all the big dogs came out? I mean, we had Floyd on the court. We had.
Oh yeah,
it
damn.
was. I think that was the Jimmy Butler year, right? Wasn't
It was
All-Star year?
Yeah, I think it was. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, that was a fun year.
That was a fun year. It was, but I don't know. It's just.
I'm with you. I'm with you as far. I don't want to get into like we don't need to do back and forth about the team or whatever. But Ant, he's potentially a top 5 talent in the league.
Yeah.
He's not quite there yet, but you can see it.
Definitely.
And it's exciting as shit, and it's really hard for me to continue my boycott. knowing that he's out there.
We got to get you off the boycott this season. This is the season to do it.
Hey, make the playoffs.
Then you're there. Make the playoffs, you're coming to a game.
And get Glenn Taylor out of here, and I'm there.
Okay, well, I don't know about all that. But, yeah, no, I'm just happy to be there, man.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like year after year, I joke about this all the time with my wife. Like I'll get an email in the middle of summer, and they'll be like, "Hey, we need to set a meeting, a Zoom, to go over the format this year." I'm like, "So I'm back? Sweet, I guess I'm back."
Do you actually expect to potentially not be back at some point?
I mean, anything can happen, right? I mean, it's been 14 seasons.
Keep your eye on Youngstar. Don't let him come in and
Youngstar?
undercut you.
Oh God!
Don't let him undercut.
Undercut? Oh man! No, people think I make thousands of dollars. It's like it ain't about money for me, I got into DJing at first to do hip hop DJ battles and put these sets together that take weeks, for a battle. But in the case of a Timberwolves game, multiple hours of preparation, and then it's just go. And it's like it matches the exact reason why I fell in love with DJing in the first place. And it's just like it's just crazy to me that I'm still there. And there's a lot of factors. You have to kill it, obviously, consistently kill it. And I'm my own worst critic. So, I'm very hard on myself if there's like a mix that was slightly off, or if I didn't pull out of the track quick enough, or, stuff that the crowd probably doesn't notice, but like I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my sets there. So I think that's an element of my longevity, but, showing up early, simple stuff like that, like returning emails quickly, like all those things, I think lead into DJ or whatever industry you're in, keeping your gig or keeping your job for a long time. There's multiple factors, but
it's true.
Yeah, and then the players, I just have great rapport with them too, so I think that adds into it as well. And I listen to them, and I get to know what their tastes are, and find little pockets where I'm like, Cat needs a pick me up. Boom, let's go. Let's play a Mac Miller, a hype Mac Miller track, or whatever the situation is, and they notice that, and hopefully that then clicks in their brain, and then they start making shots, or they just that extra energy and effort goes into their performance, because you can't get away from the music. Like unless you're deaf, you can't get away from the music when you're in Target Center. So it's there, and it's like a huge element of our like game presentation.
Yeah. So switch gears. You've done DJ work for Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Like a handful of times.
Yep. 5 times.
And so when you're DJing for Dave Chappelle, that means what?
A lot of laughs.
Okay.
Backstage.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how it came about originally. I mean, I have a booking manager who's Tim Miller, who's actually the music director for the Timberwolves and the Twins.
Okay.
And about, I think 6 months or so after I started Generation Now in 2010, I took Tim on as our VP of Sales and Marketing.
Okay.
And so that was continues to be a huge factor in my success. Like, I'm a DJ. I like to focus on the creative side and, my performance and getting prepared, and all of that. It's nice to have someone that's out there looking for things and making things happen. And that was one of those cases. He made that happen. And I think it was at State Theater, that first one. And we just hit it off, like, in the green room, just laughing, talking about music. I'm 41, so we have similar time frame as to when we think it was the best music ever made. When you ask someone like, when's the best music? We both love 90s East Coast hip hop. Yep. So of course I mixed a lot of that into that first set, and then he has the DJ stay on stage with him at his performances, and so you're kind of part of it, like laughing at the jokes. He'll turn around, flip something over to you. And so he did that a couple times at that first show, and I just kind of ran with it. And, yeah, it just worked out. And then I think it was like 2 years later when he came back, and that's when he did those shows at First Ave. Okay. And he did like 6 or 7 shows, and like 2 shows a night, and then I think for 3 nights, actually.
I was at one of those.
Were you?
Yeah, that was the first time I'd ever been to a comedy show where I couldn't have my phone.
Oh, couldn't have your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know they
did
taking
that. Phones at the door.
Damn.
And I remember the whole night was capped off with Pussy Juice. Pussy Juice was the whole. He literally did the whole set. Yeah. Was surrounded around Pussy Juice, and literally the last words he said before the end of the night. Ah. Yeah. Pretty
Dude,
great.
I wonder which show that was.
I think it was the second of the 2.
Okay.
It was the first of the 2. Whatever it was.
Yeah, it was earlier on though.
Yep.
Yeah, no, great memories there, though. I mean, it's like, it's First Ave main room, which is, if you're a DJ or an artist, in town, that's kind of like the pinnacle in terms of a venue that you get to perform at. Yep. And it was just crazy. Like, I'm in the green room hanging out with Dave. Like, his manager was popping in and out, but it was basically me and him, after sound check and stuff, just hanging out. I've got my laptop open. I'm like, dude, what do you think about going from this into that? Like, oh, yeah, that'd be sick, Yeah. And, just laughing, conversating, talking about music, and then I'd go out there and open, basically, for them. And I kind of approached it like I do a Timberwolves set, just like, all right, I got, 45 minutes. I'm going to just flood through the bangers. It's like track. Yeah. And, like, fit his, theme or just the stuff that Dave really likes, because he's right there, basically, off stage listening, and just getting hyped himself. So, those will definitely be career highlights for me, because I'm a fan of Dave Chappelle. I mean,
did you like keep in contact with him at all, or?
No, like I didn't get his cell number or anything like that, but he hasn't really done a lot more shows since. I know he was here recently, like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but he was premiering his or his movie or whatever.
Right. But he actually has a DJ that he worked with, but
used to be Questlove, didn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
I think he used to try. I think so. Maybe I'm wrong. But.
Okay.
So, talk to me about Generation Now.
Yeah.
What is Generation Now? What is it exactly?
So it's kind of like a collective of turntablists, like nightclub style DJs that then do things that you wouldn't normally see DJs like that in, like weddings, like corporate events, like school stuff, like. Sports too. Like, we kind of came in and like we just went team after team and just presented with them like, here's what we can add to the in-game experience. And so we have about 25 DJs now. Okay. We just hired a bunch of new DJs just because things are just picking up, and like coming out of COVID.
Do you have some other like noteworthy DJs that are part of this?
Oh yeah, definitely. So DJ Dudley D, he's been with us for a while. Prince is, for 20 years. Prince is DJ. So then we have DJ Casper, DJ Matty Matt, which I think you guys might have hit Matty Matt up about coming in here, but he does a lot of twin stuff. Let's see, we just took on DJ Ones,
okay,
and DJ Soda, and let's see who else is like noteworthy. I mean, they're all just equally dope in their own, styles, and we just love DJs that utilize turntables or turntablism into their sets, can play to any type of crowd. Like versatility is like kind of a buzzword with us, because that was like the whole point of Generation Now in the beginning was we want to take these DJs that are just dope, that are you see in nightclubs that are continuously mixing perfectly, and all that, and put them into all these multiple different situations where they could definitely use a DJ, and so versatility is huge for us to be able to adapt to different crowds, have all the music, and just go out there and kill it. So let's see. So we also have MCs on our team. It isn't just DJs.
Okay.
So we'll, book them for, it's just an add-on to any event, really, that if they want an MC and a DJ, which I love that, having an MC while I'm DJing. I still have a mic, so we can do some back and forth banter, but it's just great to have someone that's, like, good on the mic. And then we have Fanaka Nation.
Yeah, definitely familiar.
He just released an album called Afro Trap.
I did not know that. I should check it out, though.
We did the...
Talented guy.
Oh, my God, dude. Yeah, I met him when he was just like a kid. He's still like a kid to me, but... but yeah, we just did an album release party I DJ'd for him. Finally, it was my first time DJing for him, and it was at 7th Street Entry. And so, yeah, it's called Culture Rap, and then this is like the first in a series of albums he's going to make, but this one's like called Afro Trap. Yeah. Which is exactly how it sounds.
Yep.
Yep.
I could imagine.
So, yeah, no, I mean, we got hella talent on our team, and this year is looking like it's going to be our biggest year in terms of volume of gigs and income for the whole squad. And so that's awesome to come out of the worst year in our company's history, where we were surviving because of, PPP, and we got a Hennepin County grant, just keep yourself afloat. Keep it going, man. Yeah. And then 2021 has just been incredible, and 2022 is looking just as awesome.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, so I got 2 more questions for you, and they're going to be lists.
Lists. Okay.
So the first one, top 3 Minnesota rappers.
Top 3
right now.
Minnesota rappers right now.
Yep.
I gotta go Prof, Jay Plaza, and Fanaka right now.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Now I want to go back to the Rushmore, except this time we're going to not go local.
Okay.
So all time, your 4 top DJs all time.
Oh, snap. Whoa. All-time favorite DJs. Okay. Can't mess this up. Let's see. I'm going to go with DJ Qbert, who invented like 50 scratches. And I would just watch, like, before YouTube, there was like DJ websites that then would host videos on there, and they would have all the like battles, like the DMCs and ITF, and that's when I first started seeing like really what these DJs are doing with the turntables. Like a visual, like you hear it on a record, it's way different when you see it live. And like Qbert just blew my mind. So he's a huge influence on me. So DJ Qbert, and then I'd say DJ A-Track, who was Kanye's DJ for a while, but was the youngest ever to win the DMC's turntables competition. He was like 15 when he won, and then he won like 3 other times. But he also makes, he owns a record label called Fool's Gold, and then he makes kind of like funky house music. He had that Duck Sauce collaboration with Armand, I think. And so, but like he can just work a crowd like crazy and incorporate turntablism in there, but like go everywhere musically, and just like so fun to watch. So yeah, so we got Qbert, we got A-Track, and then we got probably Jazzy Jeff.
Okay.
Yeah, like he does a ton of live streams, and I just love that. Like, because I was wondering when I was younger, like looking at some of these DJs, like, are they still going to be doing this stuff when they're like in their 40s and 50s, like Questlove, and like Jazzy Jeff? And hell yeah, they are, because the DJ was a relatively new thing, like the DJ with turntables really didn't come out until the late 70s.
Right.
And so
I look at the DJ kind of as like the drummer in a rock band almost. You know what I mean? Like Rolling Stones are still out here touring.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't Questlove still be out here.
It just
drumming
seemed
and
like
DJing.
such a young person's game,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
like, thank goodness, man, because I don't want to stop doing this.
Yeah.
So we got Qbert, we got A-Track, we got Jazzy Jeff, and then, man, dude, I'd say like I'll go with someone that's a little bit newer, and that'd be DJ Snake.
Okay.
He's
one of the he does like the big festivals and
Yep.
like the Vegas residency and all that shit.
But
right?
can rock turntables, CJs, like whatever. And he's like one of those EDM DJs that don't pre-record their sets. You know, do you know this is a thing?
So that shit is all live. It's just he just goes.
Yeah, for Snake, yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
and you can tell. I mean, if you're a DJ, especially, and you're watching, you know, a performance, you know that.
It's like when a rapper freestyles.
Right. Well, actually, no. It's like when a rapper plays the original track, not like a show track or an instrumental track, and maybe does some ad libs.
Okay.
Which is a lot of rappers. I just watched like all the Rolling Loud New York City performances and stuff, and because I'm just trying to see what are, you know, especially their DJs. I'm trying to see what are they doing, and within the live show element. And there was, out of probably the 15 that I watched, 2 of the rappers from Rolling Loud NYC didn't rap over just the track, and that was Jack Harlow and Griselda. They actually had like show tracks, you know what I mean, where they were actually rapping like live.
Yep.
So anyway, so DJ Snake is one of those EDM DJs, which it seems like it's kind of rare, that is performing live, you know, track after track after track, because they spend millions of dollars in the production of these things, right?
Yeah.
And so I kind of get it, because it's like they're timing the lights, you know. They may have to submit the mix, you know, a week prior or something, so that the lighting designer can like go in and program all that stuff and what's going to happen on the screens visually. But a DJ to me like reads the crowd.
Yeah.
A DJ to me is improvisational, like from beginning to end.
Yeah.
And
You're a DJ purist.
that would just be, and it'd be boring as hell.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing up here? Twisting a couple knobs, you know? And I think it gives like real DJs a bad name too, you know? So, respect to DJ Snake on that. So, is that 4? I think that's 4.
That was 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 4. Okay, I got nothing else for you.
All right.
Look into this camera. Tell them where to find you. Tell them what you got going on. Anything, any closing thoughts, any closing words, anything.
Okay. Well, I'm DJ Mad Mardigan. You can see me at the Target Center for all the Timberwolves games this season. Come out and check out this team, okay? You can find me on Instagram at DJ Mad Mardigan, and Twitter is at DJ Mad Mardigan. Facebook is I am DJ Mad Mardigan. You can just Google and find all that stuff and see my website, which I do post my calendar so you can see my live events. But I would just say, whatever you're doing, make sure that you just are passionate about it, you know? Whatever it is, like, you don't have to be the best at anything. Just as long as you love what you're doing with your day, you're going to have success in life, because there's just so many people that are miserable day after day after day. And I look at like DJing as a way to like bring them out of that funk, you know, because most people are sitting in traffic Monday through Friday, going to a job that they hate. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do to survive, but like just find something that you love and be passionate about and that you look forward to.
Agreed. I like it. I could not agree with you more. And also, I'd like to say, listen to him about the Timberwolves. Don't listen to me. I'm a bitter old Timberwolves fan.
We'll get you back.
Man, I hope so. I want to come back. Ant's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I want to come back.
Well, just holler. I'll get you a couple tickets.
All right. I'll let you know when I'm ready to forgive the team.
All right, man.
I appreciate your time, though, for real. This was a fun conversation.
I appreciate it. It's a
And,
great conversation.
Go Wolves, man.
Let's go.
Go Lynx, though, too.
Yeah, Lynx.
Their season just ended, though, right?
Yeah, it's summertime, but it's Lynx.
But still.
Come to a Lynx game, y'all. Like, seriously. Come to a Lynx game.
Yeah, they win championships.
They are ballers, man. Like, we got Aerial Powers now. She's so fun to watch. Like, it's a great, great time. And there should be way more fans in those stands. And I think that, and this is a whole other tangent, but like women's sports, this gets like a bad rap. Like, these are athletes. These are world-class athletes. So come out and see them.
We're not here for my opinions. What he said. That's it. Another episode of Live on Lake Street. I'm Jake Faircloth. Follow me everywhere at Jake Faircloth1. We're out.
Damn, what in high school, I let it blam, what I wasn't playing, what I'm coming straight out the south. Hey, genius, best watch your mouth. When I put up on P&B, right, that ain't he come out. You moving ounces, I just moved 100 things in a drought. You want the south side, outside the fence of your house. You talking all that, then wanna come talk it out. If you ain't talking money, you talking about. I gives a what you do. I'm a